all sorts of... My guest today is Gary Dietz. He is Manager of Global Logistics and Supply in Integrated Supply Chain and Logistics for Kennametal. Gary, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thanks very much for being with us. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about Kennametal?
Okay, Kennametal is located in Western Pennsylvania. It's a global manufacturer of products that it likes to pride itself in supplying products to customers in a very demanding situation and circumstances, providing products to industries such as aerospace, surface mining, oil and gas, machine tool industries, and so forth.
And those types of products might be what? Give us a few examples.
They could be surface cutting tools for the removal of roadway surfaces. They could be mining tools to go in and do front face mining. They could be machine tools that would remove metal from highly diverse situations.
Is this a challenging industry? Is it becoming more and more difficult to predict what's going to happen and predict demand and react accordingly?
Yeah, I think it's a very demanding industry. I mean, all sorts of environments that the product has to perform under, and of course the industry and the world, it's not as predictable as it was before as to where the demand is going to be. Third world developing nations obviously play a part in it, but again, predictability is a bit difficult.
What would you say to be your biggest pain points? Would it be that, or what more specifically within your supply chain were you especially concerned with that kind of led you in the direction of rapid response?
I think managing our assets are one of our largest concerns. Of course, the customers first, providing that satisfaction. We provide both make-to-stock off-the-shelf product as well as customized solutions, highly engineered solutions. So it's a pretty diverse supply chain model to support. And so, yeah, it's really trying to get the most out of those assets that we've invested in and not put the product in the wrong place in the world as well as the wrong product in the world.
So why now? What was the timing that led you to move at this point in the direction of that solution?
Well, Kennametal is like probably many companies. They are looking to grow in the near future. So we do look at a certain amount of flexibility in our supply chain to adapt. And so we don't have that with our current tool set that we use. And so we're looking for flexibility, scalability, all of the things around what-if analysis, things that we currently find, I want to say, handcuff us today in the ability to perform our job and provide a better solution to the customer.
What about visibility? Were you looking for more of that too, to supply and demand?
Certainly. Visibility is a major part in this. Collaboration internally, we want to be able to promote that between groups such as product marketing, sales, the planning personnel. Any
particular challenges involved in implementation of the solution? Did it go smoothly?
Well, we're actually in our 7th week of implementation, so we are new to the Kinaxis and rapid response solution. So I can't say yet. We definitely have challenges ahead of us. One of the biggest challenges is the term that's used heavily in the industry today is big data. We do have some 12 million combinations of products and SKUs, so moving data between two systems is a major challenge, and speed is one of the things we're looking for as a result of this. So heavy risk in delivering the solution.
Were you, like so many companies, heavily dependent upon spreadsheets up to this point?
Absolutely. We have a core system. SAP is our ERP system of record, and supporting that and rounding out all the supply chain, let's say analytics, were disjointed spreadsheets, Access-based, Excel-based solutions, homegrown solutions, so forth. And we're a $3 billion business today, and we want to grow that, and we can't continue on those platforms.
You want to be, I'm sure, drawing data from a number of different sources flowing into rapid response. What are some of those areas, other than your ERP system, where data might be coming from?
Well, we use a separate finance tool, as well as we use APO, it's Advanced Planning Optimization, so we will use a bit of that, although we are moving away from that. That's an SAP system also, but unable to get the complete functionality out of it. So we will pull information from that also.
Do you find in any way a challenge to compress the time to identify plan deviations? Is that an issue for you?
The speed to response, I mean, it's one of Kinaxis' mottos, no sooner and act faster, so we certainly are looking for that. We want to be able to, through our S&OP cycle, which is monthly, and it's even being more and more compressed down to weekly cycles, to be able to evaluate changes in demand at that level and to see that being felt all the way down to the plant and manufacturing facilities as it rolls itself out into capacity and so forth.
S&OP, Sales and Operations Planning. Interesting that you should be bringing it down from monthly to weekly. It's almost becoming more of an execution tool at that point, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's very interesting you should say that, because it's one of the questions that I have for where are the supply planning softwares going, such as rapid response, which is typically a batch system. Are we moving closer and closer to real time? And that's going to put additional strains on the system, the speed and performance.
And you're answering your own question by saying yes, right?
It has
you
to.
are moving more and more toward
It has
real time. Do you find is the result going to also be to collapse the time to make just critical supply chain decisions in general? You said speed, so that's what you're looking to do, right?
Yes. I mean, a quick decision means a sell. So if you don't make that decision, you're just going to allow that customer. Again, I said we do a lot of make-to-stock applications off the shelf. If we can't make that decision or get that customer that decision and that promise quickly, they're going to go to the next supplier.
We'll get back to you doesn't work anymore, does it?
No, not at all.
So you're really looking to ramp up customer service as well as to make internal improvements with the same tool. Is that right?
Correct. Our customer, I mean, we're taking the same outside-in approach. We're looking to what our customers see us as and how we have to deliver the customer, as opposed to the typical old approach was outside or inside out. Sorry, and instead of looking at ourselves from that perspective, what can we do better from our eyes in? We're looking, what does the customer want us to do better?
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about looking downstream to the customer. What about upstream? Do you have a multi-tier supply chain in that direction? Do you have visibility issues there? And are there some problems you would like to correct with the help of this tool in that way?
Sure. We it's a tungsten carbide is one of our primary raw materials. So it's a very, very long lead time. It's very volatile in the pricing. So how we forecast and drive our forecast from our end customer pull signal all the way back through the supply chain to that is very significant from the financial aspects and investments the company must make. So we are looking to close that, look at that end-to-end supply chain with this solution.
I know you can only do certain things at a time. You can't take on the whole thing all at once, and maybe that leads you to making individual functional excellence projects as opposed to end-to-end supply chain enablement. Is that the danger in addressing these on a discrete basis, that it's difficult to kind of see the bigger picture, and is that your ultimate goal?
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. You're right. It's very difficult. As I said, we're in the 7th week of an implementation. It's a 2-phased implementation project. So we're moving in with S&OP first, and then we're going to go down closer to the execution side of the business. But the longer term would be looking upstream into the powders and rolling out the solution that way.
How important is it to you to be able to do what-if scenario planning?
Very important. Again, it's another, if you want to expand and grow, you have to recognize where the new products are going to hit you hardest and where you have to make the investments in your assets, new machinery, potentially new plants, potentially new purchases for new businesses to give you the ability to move forward.
Did you have that capability before?
No, limited ability within the spreadsheets.
Other than people writing on the backs of envelopes and using human ability such as it is. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know it is a little bit early in the phase of implementation to kind of come to ultimate conclusions, but is there any particular part of rapid response that you consider to be especially vital to your operation, like one piece of it that you would say is most important?
I think the capacity, the insights into capacity is going to really help us and utilize, again, our assets much better than we have been able to in the past, because we haven't been able to respond either way to upward demand trends or downward demand trends. We end up with either not enough inventory or too much inventory. So we want to be able to, certainly react no sooner and act faster. Again, drive it back to those decisions quicker.
Can you see past the implementation that's still in progress to perhaps what might be next on your agenda? What would be the next big focus that you want to make for the future?
Sure. What we are implementing is multi-echelon inventory application, and that's a learning. It's a mouthful, first of all, and it's certainly a learning process for us. But we want to continually evaluate our supply chain footprint as it stands, where we're strategically positioned for our warehousing to deploy product to the industry and to the customers. So we're going to explore that heavily once we are up and running and start understanding how the tool can support us in that area.
Do you suspect that'll make a big change in how much inventory you carry and where you carry it and when you carry it?
I believe it's going to give us better insight as we look towards improving our service levels to our customers, and certainly strategically locating these warehouses will certainly improve that.
Well, best of luck to you, Gary. Thank you so much for talking to us a little bit about Kennametals and helping us to learn a little bit about the company and your challenges.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure.
I've been speaking to Gary Dietz of Kennametals. Thank you very much for watching.